the general evaluation session, wherein we like your feedback, your input about how Speechcraft has been since its inception and how the Speechcrafters fared today. Thank you. Thank you.
I've been in quite a few of Speechcraft sessions. When I became the president, that was the only time I thought I shouldn't come to the Speechcraft. Now I'm going to stay out of the Speechcraft. That was not this batch, because I've been in many Speechcraft sessions. But this is a true fact. After I came from the second session and met you guys, I realized you are quite interesting, because very genuinely you are nervous but wanting to learn. It's also been in the other batches, but I found this in some sense so true that the people really want to learn something. And because you're already in your second speech, and I found you really spoke from your heart. And ever since that day, I came to all the remaining sessions. So really, you need to clap for that, because I would have never done that. Some of the topics was really interesting. I've even shared some of these things at home. Believe me, it has that kind of impact. Some even, pull at your heartstrings. So, believe me, you do not know the depth of what you have within you. It's not about just public speaking, it's about a whole package. It doesn't come in just 8 weeks. You come here, you get your confidence. Probably you never got an opportunity to go on a stage and face people. But coming to that, remember there will be plenty of opportunities. And like what I have done, without knowing also, just say yes. And it can change your life. You know, when I had joined Toastmasters quite a few years ago, and then I got into this airline called Sri Lankan Airlines. We were going to start in Bangalore, maiden flight. And I was pretty young then. Not that I'm not young anymore. But and I was the manager there. All the Sri Lankans had all come down and they were all planning. I don't know if you have met Sri Lankans, they've got a different kind of an accent. They say, yes, macha, okay, macha, and they kind of sing when they talk. They're going to have this inauguration at Leela, the Leela Palace. I said, macha, can you get a nice young girl to be an MC? So I said, I'm the manager, I don't know where to get this. We need somebody really good to be an MC. And we brought flown down dancers, they've flown down a music troupe, and we're going to do all this. So we were breaking our heads, and we're going to pay a big amount of money. We need somebody to hold a show. So, you know the importance of having an MC? They hold a whole show together. So I just couldn't find anybody. But I was in Toastmasters, so I said, see, listen, but what do the MC has to do? So, just introduce the people, do some things. So I said, see, I can handle that part if you want. I mean, a little bit. Macha, we need a nice young girl, they said. Then I said, yeah, I know, but I don't know any nice young girl. If you need, now we are running out of time, I can do some part of it. I mean, I'm quite confident of handling this. And they thought about it and they said, good, maybe we have this manager and we don't even have to pay him and he can handle the MC. But what I'm trying to come to is, that day I did the MC, I just said yes. After I said yes, I was thinking, my job is at stake because now I'm going to be the manager. If I mess up, my job is on the line. So I just said yes and I took it up. And apparently I did a fabulous job that day. And I became a star at Sri Lankan Airlines, a small airline from Colombo. All over the world, they watched me being the MC because they were very happy that the new airline, the airline has come to a new destination like Bangalore. I didn't even know, I just said yes, I got into it. And there are many opportunities that came my way. And I found that I became more and more confident. And one thing I must admit, I realized that everybody is struggling. They're just making up something of themselves. So every one of you have that creativity in you. And you just give the best you know. That you don't have to copy somebody else. Just give the best you know. Probably somebody will copy you because they feel you have that creativity. So don't at any stage undermine yourself, think that I cannot do it. Now that you've got the confidence, you can make up things on the spot. For God's sake, there is no perfect world. The only place that is perfect is, you know where? In heaven. So we will make some mistakes along the way. But don't stop here. This is the time when you have to keep going forward. And like Kritika rightly said, this environment is very encouraging. People will give you, unabridged advice without thinking anything. So I'd like to add a few things that I saw. Some of us have mannerisms. Okay. Not to make fun of people, but some people keep putting their hair in this way, doing things like they're talking. You shine up. And then, you have to, when I'm doing things like, when I was in college, so what happened, you kind of distract people. It's sometimes, certain mannerisms can distract people. Once there was a CEO, very famous CEO, quite a plump, fat guy, very inspirational CEO. He was giving a fabulous speech, motivational speech. And he being fun, every few minutes was pulling up his pants. Like, what's wrong with this guy there? All the time looking to pull up his pants. So he went to his managers and the end said, "So how was the speech, sir? Fantastic, sir. Any suggestions?" So what is it? It was slightly embarrassing that you keep pulling up your pants every time. He said, no, he said, you see, your speech was so good, sir, but every time you're pulling up your pants, it was quite embarrassing. He said, the thing is, if I didn't pull up my pants, it would have been embarrassing to you. Because they kept falling off. So yeah, sometimes it's a good thing that today we are being recorded. And when you see your recording, you feel terrible. And you know exactly what you must do to change. Even how you show your hand gestures, your eye contact, your body movement, your voice. For the first 5 times that I saw my voice video, I said, that cannot be my voice here. It sounds terrible. But I need to make it, change it. But there may be certain words I need to articulate well to sound better. But the good thing in Toastmasters, we have this evaluation. You feel so good that people give you advice, without, they have no other intention in mind. They're just trying to help you become a better speaker. And some simple things that we will never realize. At my icebreaker, though I had spoken in public very often, I didn't know what to do with my hands, so I kept it in my pockets the first day and I was talking with this one. I thought it looked very confident. And somebody said, the only thing wrong with what your icebreaker was, you put your hands in your pocket, it looked like you were nervous. So I thought I was being confident by putting my hand in my pocket. And he said, you look at a confident speaker, if he had his hand in his pocket, would he look confident? And then I realized something, so I changed. So that's a good part of Toastmasters. So in 8 weeks, you can't learn everything. You are just guided or pushed in that direction. You've started something that you yearn to do, you wanted to do something. So there's a long way to go. Join the Toastmaster Club for 3 reasons. One is communication is the key to happiness in any relationship. Whether official or personal, it is the key. 2, where in the world will you get education almost free? training for free. When you work in offices, you realize after a certain stage they say, what training you want to go? You've got to give training. But deep down you know, there are things I want to improve. And once you reach a certain level in the organization, there is not much, there's not many people who give you proper feedback about what you can improve. As a manager, they'll only tell you the good things. Or they'll pretend and tell you, no, sir, very nice, good. All because you are the manager. But at Toastmasters, people are not worried who you are in the organization or what you are. You have a student telling a CEO of a company, you have a software engineer telling a bank manager or a government officer not knowing what his actual job is. So you get that kind of thing. And third one is a variety of ideas. Me being from the travel line, I probably can talk for hours about travel. But when you talk about other things, I may find it difficult. Here you get a chance to meet up with different people. So do join a Toastmaster club where it's convenient for you. Preferably, what do they call it? Corporate and community club. Try and join a community club because then you get a variety of people. Not that corporate clubs are bad, but I personally feel that there's some kind of hierarchy in a corporate club, and the same faces you meet every time kind of gets boring. But a corporate community club is a lot fun. Take up roles as in the leadership team that's in the committee, and you'll find that you can express all your creativity, get all your leadership skills going. With that, I think, and the last thing I want to say is, there are maybe some areas that we have not been up to the mark, or we felt you didn't feel that you got enough. Please do give us this feedback. It is confidential because we need to improve. There are a lot of scope for improvement, and there may be a lot of expectations that we didn't come up to, so do let us know so that we can try and incorporate it in the future batches. With that, I must say that it's not easy coming for all 8 classes, as at least even as a speech crafter, and that's why I gave away chocolates, good foreign chocolates that I have from Germany that I do. But the Toastmasters coming for 8 weeks is really a tough job, because it's a Friday afternoon, you've got to listen to the speeches, you have to be committed, you can't say I have to travel somewhere, and only at that time you get all invites to go for housewarming ceremonies, for parties. So I must really congratulate and thank the first person, Sujay. Give him a lot of applause. Everybody notices your energy that you bring in and the follow-up that you do is remarkable. I've seen Sujay working in the committee as a secretary. He had changed that position, that job profile. They're yet to find somebody to replace him so well. We are going to miss Sujay because not just that this will be his last speech club for now, he's also going to be studying abroad. We wish you all the best. And thanks once again. Having said that, there are other Toastmasters who have also shown a lot of commitment coming here. Being the president, you can say maybe that's part of my job, but I must thank and congratulate and appreciate Lalit. Lalit, please do come front. Lalit was very enthusiastic and adamant that this speechcraft batch must happen. There was a plan that at some stage they said, no, we will not have it, but he had just come back from Ireland. There had a lot of enthusiasm. He said, no, Melvyn, we will get the numbers, we will get these people together. The only problem was he didn't have the names ready. Thanks, Melvyn. Thanks. Then we have Shreyas. of the newer Toastmasters in our club, quite young, and he thought it was a great opportunity to assist Vijay, and I think he also benefited a lot. And we saw his creativity today when he came up with table topics. You know, I was watching him and I was saying he's doing such a fabulous job, because after every table topic speaker, he commented and appreciated and helped them, because it's, you know, when you go back after a table topic, you know what to say. I said something, and he's picked up only the good things and encouraged people. Great job. And we had Puneet and Dikshita, who have been coming for most sessions. Please do come. Puneet is a club, a very creative guy, one of the most demanding guys, because he has so many ideas. Some of them go over my head, most of the time. By the way, if you saw Sujay, if you saw Puneet, when did you join? About a year ago, the first time, even when he came to Speechcraft, he came in shorts and in slippers, a chill guy, like he's walking down Baga Beach. And today he's got this corporate look with this beard, which of course has a story behind it. But thanks for the commitment. He has come for almost all the Speechcraft sessions. Thank you so much. And Dikshita always adds a lot of energy. She was voted the most promising Toastmaster for the last term. Thank you, both you guys.
Melvyn, did you want to comment on any of the